Hi, and welcome to
Good.
We are your two hosts. I'm Justice.
And I'm Dyme.
It's about that time.
I'm so excited. Hi.
And welcome to, as you already heard before, the infamous You Already Know Why You Here. You know who we are, the Good Reason Podcast.
The Potty Pod. Welcome.
Oh, wow. The show where anything goes as we bring ease and laughter into these tough, awkward, transitional, ironic, I don't know, just a whole bunch of different conversations. We get into it. We're your host. I'm Justice.
And I'm Dyme. So in today's episode, it's a good reason to set expectations.
Ooh.
Okay.
Come with it.
We're going to talk about some goals that we have for the new year, our routines, accountability. I'm not going to say the long word that Justice wrote on here.
Accountability. You dig me?
And be sure to listen all the way through for your
Tiddly To Do to pursue.
Mm-hmm.
Get ready, get right for it. Get ready, get right. I'm super excited to be here. Like, this feels surreal in this very moment, if I'm being honest. So, shout out to you, Dyme. I'm getting emotional beforehand. Let me reel it back in. I have these moments where I'm just like, I love you. You're such a great friend. And then it's like tears, and then we go back to laughing and kicking. So, it's a good reason that I get to sit here with you today and do this podcast. Okay.
Boy, stop.
You already know. Well, you don't know because this is the first episode. But the boy stop moment is our boy stop. What happened this week? What's going on this month? What is your big current event that's happening right now? So whenever you hear that noise, we getting right into it. What's happening?
Boy, stop.
So for me, I had COVID for the second time. Woo.
2 times shorty.
Woo.
2 times shorty.
I got it on my birthday.
On your birthday. How freaking iconic is that?
A great birthday present, you know. I had no symptoms at all, so it was really weird. I just had to sit in my room. And yeah, that's about it. Yeah.
Quarantine shorty.
For this one, is you know, it was a breeze. The first one was the worst.
You're better.
Yeah.
Now tested negative because that's been a while ago. But I'm glad you're good, bro, because, you know, it's getting crazy out here. I feel like a lot of people who haven't had it before are getting COVID now.
Yeah.
Like, this one's so much more, I don't know.
It's so,
trying to be all people's business and
nosy.
life. It's very nosy, very intrusive. Excuse my grammar. Very intrusive. But, I mean, all that to say, too, y'all be safe.
Mask
take
up,
the right
double
precautions.
mask
Up. They talking about them cloth ones ain't safe. My mama sent me today the COVID testing kits that you can get.
Oh, the 4 for a household.
Yeah, for free. So I'm like, that's cool because they usually $25 for 2. But some people have more than 4 people in their household. So that kind of troubled me a little bit when I thought about it. And I was like,
I mean, it is what it is. They don't, like, you can't please everybody. But secondly,
what's up? Talk about it.
I'm a certified yoga teacher, you guys.
Hey, that's my dog.
Girl, it took forever.
Clap for that one for me.
That's a good clap. Took forever.
Girl, how do you feel?
Honestly, it's like finally. Because I'm not even like, well, I'm happy because I finally did it. I finally finished something. Because I've started so much stuff and then haven't finished it. So I'm glad that I finally finished it because that was my goal. And Now people asking me what's next, and I'm like, I've thought about it, but at the same, I have a couple ideas, but there's nothing set in stone, because honestly, I wasn't sure of how long this was going to take. Like, I was really just focused on the certification. And then I wasn't even, thinking far ahead when I should have. I should have believed in myself, It was like, yeah, you're going to get this. You're going to get this. And after you get it, you're going to do this. But no, I was just focused on getting this certification. But I got a few ideas.
I dig that. I think it all is a process, and I'll kind of talk on that with my boy style moment. But it definitely is a process. But it's cool to see you elevating and you accomplishing and finishing, bro. It felt good to me too. I feel like I've been along with the journey with you, even though I ain't do all the work. So it's cool. It's cool seeing you accomplish it. Hold on.
I'm weak.
What? Stop.
My moment, Taco Bell wings. I had them bad boys. They were actually good. Only caveat that I had, and I hope I'm using that correctly. Correct me if I'm wrong, someone. Only caveat I have is they gave me Pizza Hut ranch dressing with them. And I was really upset because everyone was talking about the sauce. Like, it's like a Cajun, like a blackened type of ranch or something like that. I feel like it
like
was.
a Chipotle ranch or something.
Yeah, Chipotle ranch. There we go. Chipotle. Everybody love Chipotle and ranch. Mix them together. Literally Pizza Hut branded, like somebody said, hey, yo, go get a pizza for everybody. Ask them for a couple ranches, and we gonna get it to the people. That was very subpar to me. It made me feel like I shouldn't be getting Taco Bell wings, which I probably shouldn't have, because they kind of joked about like with the Popeyes chicken sandwich creating the pandemic. So this was gonna bring like a new variant if you ate the wings. Yellow.
I'm weak. It's so much.
It was good. Probably will not get it again though. You always just do trial and error, see if you like it. But I would say try it. Second moment is Stephen Furticks' message that recently took place on this past Sunday. So if you are following along, then you probably know. Dang, I waited till last minute to do this first episode. But Stephen Furtick's message was when your never becomes now. I was like, when I first heard it, I'm like, oh, I don't know how it's gonna go. But what it's saying is you probably had a lot of nevers in your mind, or that you said out loud where you're like, I never do that. Oh, I'll never be able to do this. Oh, I never da 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 da. In general, that's the enemy speaking to you. That's off rip. That's just number one. But that never, now look at you right now in this moment. That never is now. Now you're stepping into what you're stepping to, and you used to say, oh, I could never do this. I can never do a podcast. Oh, I could never complete my goals. I can never, and it was very like, dag, that's good, because more times than not, we do have those nevers, or I don't think I can, or whatever, but now you're in that moment. This is where you're supposed to step into it, and this is when it'll be great. So now your never has become now. So definitely encourage a lot of people to listen to that. That kind of flows with what we're speaking on in general today. What I think for this year is just being more intentional, man. Like with your word. So if you are gonna say it, okay, let's do it. Like, why we still talking?
Just do it.
How long are we gonna talk about
this?
Just
do it.
This year is all about intention, being intentional with your word, with your actions, with yourself. You deserve so much more than what you've given to yourself. And this is, I'm talking to myself, I'm about to cry. Yeah, you deserve to give yourself so much more. So that intention, I'm just gonna keep saying intention today, because that's ringing in my ear heavy right now while we're doing this podcast. But let's get into it. We're getting into it.
Goals. The goals for the year. Goals for me, honestly, I had a few.
Mm-hmm.
I have a few, but I am gonna say, going in this year, I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna, I'm not even gonna think about like a vision board or anything like that. But Justice, since I was with Justice, of course.
Who, me?
I ended up making a vision board anyway. But
Sorry.
and I did cross one off my vision board, which was the certification. Woo. But
Vision boards work.
I'm weak.
Intentional vision boards.
Yeah, I wasn't planning on having any, like, I wanted to really just go with the flow and not, like, I guess not set my expectations too high type thing. But because I didn't want to, like, I guess upset myself at the end. So, like how I did last year. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna just go with the flow and just like be happy of what I did and just, be proud of what I did instead of planning something to like planning to do something and then like not finishing it or not doing it. That's a bummer.
But I have a question too. Just throwing it at you. So you know how you had brought up you didn't want to set your expectations too high like you did last year. You didn't want to disappoint yourself or just not accomplish it. Do you feel as if you have the same drive and intention that you have this year that you had last year?
Yeah and no. Yeah, because for some reason, like I feel like I am going to do stuff this year. Like I have that feeling that I am, instead of just writing it down. Like my plan was like even like posting stuff now. Like I just want to post stuff that I already did. Like I don't want to post something that I'm planning on doing type thing. So it's like I'm doing more action than, you know, setting something. I'm trying to just actually do it. I guess, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Like I get you coming in the year with caution, right? Where you're like, oh, I don't want to set it. I don't want to set a vision board. I don't want to do this. I don't want to, leave with false hope at the end of the year. But what I also feel just from conversations and talking to you, I feel as if this year for you is a lot more, I don't want to say intentional.
I think it is like I'm more confident in finishing everything that I started last year. So it's like I don't want to make any more I don't want to set any more goals or anything else. I want to finish what I already started type thing. That's kind of like my goal, I guess, for this year, is to really, because I started a lot of stuff last year and I had like a lot of good ideas. I wrote down so much stuff. I started so much stuff, but I just haven't finished it. So I think that's what I mean. Like I'm more confident in just finishing what I started last year. So that's why I don't have any really, like, I guess, huge goals.
Yeah, bro, you're discounting yourself because it's more so like, oh yeah, mine is just to finish what I started. And what you started last year were huge things that you were like, yeah, I have this idea to do this, do this. It's huge for you to finish that. I feel like with goal setting in general, we kind of get in this mindset of like, and it has to be new.
Yeah.
You can't even, just because you didn't finish this last thing, you can't even think of it as like a goal now at this point. So I think that's the only part where you're like discounting yourself. Like, bro, it's big for you to finish what you've started, because plenty of times people don't finish what they start.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm good for it sometimes. Like I'll start cleaning somewhere and then I see a sock all the way over there and then my mind goes over there and starts working on it and I don't even finish on this. And I'm like, oh, I just do the dishes another day. Like little stuff like that. But those type of habits that you do make in small things set the stage for how your habits are with finishing things and goals that you may have too. I've realized that. That's a goal. That's your goal, bro.
Yeah, to finish what I started. And just do it.
Just do it.
And going to the gym.
I separated all my goals, basically spiritual, into different categories. So spiritual, financial, career, personal, relational. I want to strengthen my relationship with God above.
The man upstairs.
I have
the
upper room. To reach the level that I want to reach in knowing myself, not even getting things, gaining notoriety, gaining success, wealth. I just need to know me more. And to know me is by knowing him. So I have to, that's the big one, spirituality, with spiritual goals, financial, just get it all together.
For real. For real.
I just need to get
right.
it all together. Better money management is a big thing for me for this year, for the things that I'm trying to walk into. I heard this thing too over the week. I don't know where I heard it from, but they were saying how once you stop trying to put off things on other people as the reason why, then you'll wake up to your own truth. And I realized I would be so quick, and I've had like this rant before where I'm like, I picked up bad money habits from my family and no one ever taught me this, and I saw how
the excuses
this, and they made it work. Excuses. And a girl don't know excuses, because who, aka, give that burden to someone else to make myself feel better, but then I still sit and seep in it. And that does me no good. So now I have to, okay, regardless of how things were shown to me, I still had a choice to make the right decision or try to get more information on financial. Do better than to swipe this card here. And, it's just, just go ahead and start taking all of that for myself. Stop putting it off on, oh, my family didn't do this. I didn't do ill.
All right. No one wanted
career,
to listen
personal.
to that.
Like, nobody. Because, Dyme, I know you be tired of me talking about it. I know you was tired of me talking about it.
I'll be tired of myself talking about it to myself.
Hey, is this a shameless plug, but not really? Instacart.
Oh.
That's all I'm going to say. I ain't going to put nothing else down, but shout out to Instacart. Girl, go look. Hold on. Where did...
So long.
Oh, this one. Cut it. I was like, Dara, did you press it again?
No, what?
And then just relations, just being more intentional in my friendships, because I went ghost for a very long period of time where I was battling with different things that we can talk about on different episodes. So I kind of, my relationships, I didn't get towarded those as best as I could, and I want to be very intentional with those that I do have still around me, who want to be in my circle. Speaking of goals and traveling to that, with goals, I think it's very important to have some type of routine in place to navigate these goals, or to actually accomplish them. Because say if you go into these blindly, it's first being very strategic with your goals, and being realistic with your goals, and also in strategizing, that's figuring out, okay, how can I map this out? So take, for instance, when it came time for this podcast to happen, it's like, all right, we can say we're just going to do it, right? Like, that was one of our goals that we had together. But then it was, okay, let's sit on the phone. We're going to go over on the which phone states this is going to release.
For hours. We were on the phone for hours, and then we just stayed up when we were together. And, man, we got it done.
Listen.
We made it a priority. Yeah.
Execution, making it a priority. So really having a routine that works for that. What's your routine looking like for this year? All my bones just popped. So, for this year, sorry.
For my routine, I only have like mornings and nights, but most of the time I just do my mornings. Well, lately I've been just doing my mornings.
Mm-hmm.
But for my mornings, I wake up at 4 or 5 in the morning.
Okay.
Right when I get up, I meditate for 5 minutes. And then I go get me like some lemon water or like herbal tea or something in the morning. I'm trying to stay off of coffee, and it's super hard because if you know me, I grew up on coffee and coffee is my life. So I'm trying to like really, chill off of coffee. I've been doing pretty good. I think, what is it? Like 2 days ago, I tried coffee and it just messed me up. I was like, yeah, I'm going back to tea. So,
Stomach bubbling.
right. If I have time, like if I don't have to work or anything, I try to like stretch. And while I'm stretching, well,
Yes.
yoga poses. But while I'm stretching, I listen to a whole podcast. Like that's the goal. Or if I'm going to work, I listen to the whole podcast. So either way, I'm listening to the podcast. On my off days, I make breakfast and have a smoothie or something.
So you're not a really big breakfast person?
What?
So
I make
that's
breakfast all the
big.
time, girl.
Girl, who don't be doing breakfast
On my
every
off
day?
days.
On your off days.
Only on my off days. Yeah, I make
That's
breakfast.
what I'm saying, Diamond.
Oh, yeah. But yeah,
Your
so I
off
try
days
to.
are only 2 days out of the week. There are 7 in a week. Do you eat breakfast that much? No.
I try. My night routine, I start to try to like wind down around 7 or 8. I started to put my alarms on today actually, just so I can keep myself on track. I do use the health app too, and that has like my bedtime. My bedtime is really like 9 o'clock. Get ready to go to bed. So yeah, 7 to 8 wind down, and then take my vitamins because since I wake up too early, I don't want to take my vitamins in the morning. So shower, meditate, read a chapter, and maybe stretch, and then drink some tea again, and maybe a snack.
Drink some tea. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, and of course, after the shower, I do my dinner. I need to eat more during the day too. So get more snacks and all that stuff just to snack throughout the day because I really only eat like one meal a day. That's basically my routine that I'm trying to stick to.
I mean, it's all trial and error right now. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You figure out what works. Sometimes the routine doesn't go as planned, and sometimes it just doesn't look the same for certain days, but that's good that you have something in place to hold you accountable to certain things. And I think, like you were saying, like eating more, like that could be a part of your routine, like, oh, just this 5-minute snack break I gotta
Right.
have within some part of my day.
Yeah, I think I gotta do it more detailed too, I guess, so I can stick to it.
I like that. Well, I wonder then, what's the one thing that you want to keep inside your routine that you are like, this can't leave whatsoever? Like, I have to have this at least once a day.
Now I feel like I need the meditation thing and the stretching. I really need that. I need to like keep that going.
Yeah.
Because yeah.
That's a big balancing thing for me, I will say. I notice my days feel a lot better when I do get to meditate. So I can see that for sure being like what grounds you and makes you flow a little bit easier throughout the day.
Yeah. And it makes it easier to get up and stuff too. So that's the hardest part, to get up.
Oh no, but for getting out of bed, that's the main thing.
Because you can sit up and that you'll be fine, but so sitting up is like the hardest part. Getting out of bed, I don't know, because you can sit up and do stuff.
I don't know, sitting up
for me,
it's just everything for me, bro.
Once I sit up, I'm good, but I couldn't sit up. Like, I'm like, girl, if you don't get up.
Have a 5-minute. I start out, so morning routine, 5-minute morning stretches, morning yoga. So I usually do morning yoga. It's this awesome woman. I want to plug her in. She's amazing, but she does like 5-minute yoga stretches, and then 10-minute, she progresses, but the 5 is what really gets me through half the time, and then sometimes I'll do longer. 5-minute meditate in silence. So sometimes I just need to be still. Just my mind goes really fast. So after I do just silence, 5-minute positive affirmations, gratitude. And usually what I do is play a YouTube video of affirmations. I just repeat it back for 5 minutes. Time with God. I had that 10 to 15 minutes. I realized I was stretching myself very far because I hadn't been like in my routine with him. So I lightened the load. I think that's the good thing. Like we're talking about, like things can fluctuate. You can change it, and that's okay. You don't have to stick to specific,
Yeah.
Like don't force yourself if you feel like you can't do it, because then you'll feel overwhelmed. Like, oh my gosh, it's a lot, and now I don't feel like I'm
it'll
doing
feel
this
like a
right.
job. Like, yeah.
Just
you just enjoy it.
I make my bed every morning, brush my teeth, wash my face, listen to NPR news podcasts. Love NPR because that's my quick, let me figure out what's going on in the world, and that's all I'm going to get attention to, because I do not like watching the news. I don't like none. It's just real negative and get you real tight in the chest. I ain't got time for that. So NPR, just give me what I need to know. And then I also listen to lo-fi while I do the lower activities, which are like take my vitamins. I drink a glass of water every day before I get started, before I even drink like a hot drink or hot tea, and make a little breakfast, something small, check my calendar, write down things I need to do for that day, and I do like a little 15-minute tidy. Sometimes it's a lot less. And then evening, funny thing, I don't really do my evening routine at all. It looks really good looking at it and what I have down here.
So what's on it?
Workout. I want to work out in the morning. I feel like I want to do it like early. So I just get out the way. I don't want to feel like,
because you could do your stretches and then work out.
Yeah.
And then do yoga after or something.
Yeah. I might like stretch and then go work out because I have to drive to a gym and then come back. And then go through the rest of my routine and wash and all that stuff. So maybe that's the deal. Cook dinner, check in with one family member or friend. 30 minutes to an hour of UX design work. 10 to 15-minute tidy. Light a candle, take a shower, face routine, brush teeth, nighttime stretch. 30-minute reading of a book. 7-minute day reflection. 2 things I'm grateful for. 10 to 15 minutes time with God. Silence all my notifications at 10:30. I do silence my notifications though. That has helped me a lot.
It's automatic, right?
Yeah, it automatically pops up just at 10:30. It makes a little bedtime noise and it's silence. So that's pretty cool. I do like the new Do Not Disturb feature on iPhone now. And the fact that it tells people, I think that's pretty dope.
Right,
like,
right.
Weekend, get right session. The things that I have for those tasks is really funny because it's just a list for Saturday, Sunday. It's not even like, this is your routine, you have to do this. I still do my morning routine, which is so funny to me, on weekends because it makes me feel good. Sleep in with no alarm at least one day. Water plants and give sunlight, plan out meals and grocery shopping, check in on finances and track spending. 1 hour cleanup session, 1 to 2 hour passion project planning execution. Sunday church, Sunday after church is work. So it's like they have time allotments, but I can split them into between the two days. So I don't have to have like a, then you got to finish 2 hours here. You got to finish 2 hours on this day.
Right.
That's my routine. This is great. This book here.
Miracle. Oh, that's the one that you were going to get me?
Yes. The Miracle Morning, the not so obvious secret guaranteed to transform your life before 8 a.m. It is so good. It's by Hal Elrod. I believe I'm saying that correct. It's amazing. But I literally just read a portion in here. I'm almost finished. This is my first book for the year. My uncle gave this to me when I first started college, I think, and I'm just now reading it. But it's amazing. Shout out to you, Uncle Kirk. Oh, here it is. The 6-minute miracle morning. Real results in 6 minutes. So it says, "Oh, you're busy, weird. I thought it was just me." So it was saying how, like, in here, he kind of talks about how it's good that you have like probably like an hour before to kind of like get your routine in. You have 20 minutes here, 20 minutes there, 10 minutes, 10 minutes, 5 minutes, that type of thing. But you can actually do it in 6 minutes. And I thought it was pretty cool. So, minute 1, envision yourself waking up peacefully and have purposeful silence. So, that's just your silence meditation time for 1 minute. Then, in minute 2, pull out your daily affirmations, say the ones that remind you of your unlimited potential, most important priorities. Minute 3, you close your eyes, you visualize what your day is going to look like, or you're looking at your vision board and you're feeling that feel. Minute 4, you take 1 minute to write down some of the things that you're grateful for, that you're proud of, things that you're creating. Minute 5, you grab your self-help book, you read at least 1 page or 2 in that minute, learn something new. In minute 6, you stand up, spend some time doing like 60 minutes, maybe that's jumping jacks, maybe that's stretch, doing a stretch or so. But literally, that's supposed to transform you. Now, granted, he's not saying that do that every day, but like, say if your schedule changes or whatever, start with just 6 minutes, because people feel like you have to do this long, drawn out. Ooh.
That's good, actually, to do something like minute by minute, because like how I did, I put like read a chapter.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that, like, I be counting the pages. I'll be like, okay. And you don't know how long it takes to read that chapter, you know, because every chapter in a book is like different. So yeah, I need to, like, I guess, have a time instead of having, you know,
have a time, bro.
Yeah,
I think that helps me a lot more. Even when it does come to reading, like if you notice, I have like, it says 20 minutes. I literally do like 15, I think, or I'll do 20, but that's not too long to read. And you'll literally be like, oh shoot, I finished like a whole chapter or 2 already, and it's only been 20 minutes. When you hear Miley, I just want you to know that means a random question is getting thrown. And this question is brought to you by
Unpack That.
Shout out to them. They're not sponsoring or anything, but this is great for people who you're first meeting someone, or you're in a relationship, or you're getting to know someone, and y'all need to just dig into some questions that you probably won't dig into yourself. Open this up. It's good. So, whenever you hear that noise, though, Miley Cyrus singing, you know what I'm saying? That means we have picked a separate question for each other, and we have to answer it on the spot. But you can do the Miley noise at any point in time to ask the question. So, here's mine. Let's see. Oh, I don't know which one I want to do, so I'm going to look. I got 2 in my hand. Okay. Ready?
I'm so nervous.
Okay.
I'm so nervous.
Oh, shoot. Okay.
No.
Tough question. What do you think my purpose is in your life? Dang.
Jeez, not.
And I had 2 questions. That's the one that just.
Everything, man. For real, because sheesh, accountability, basically. That, I guess, I don't know. It's just everything, really. That's all I can say. Like, it's hard to explain. My mindset has definitely changed, being close to you and stuff. Yeah. It's just, I honestly don't know what the heck I do if you weren't if we weren't friends, because
I'm really about to like...
No, because honestly, yeah, I feel like I didn't say nothing, but really I didn't say nothing, but it's hard to explain, honestly. Like, it's hard to explain.
I get it. I understand. Other people will understand as well too.
Y'all, I'm terrible at expressing my feelings and expressing it like out loud and like saying it. So you're gonna have to bear with me with all of this, okay? I'm more of a feeling type person. Like I'll do more action than the words. It's very hard for me to speak it, but I'll be doing it.
She just started being like really in touch with her emotional side. It's pretty cool.
That's what made me trip up. Like, man, I don't know. I honestly don't know, but it's everything, man. It is everything.
I'll take it. I know what you mean. I appreciate that, brother. I can be that for you in your life. You do the same to me. Speaking on, I mean, you brought up accountability, buddy.
I did. Accountability.
Yeah,
Definitely. You hold me accountable to a lot of stuff. You be getting on my nerves, but I be needing it.
And I be knowing it. And I be knowing it. I be pushing the buttons. And then, this is the thing, y'all. I want y'all to know. I push Diamond's buttons, right? And I be like, oh, you gonna do this? You gonna do this? This? Did you finish this? Did you do this? Did you do this? What about this? If you thought about this, have you done this? And so, like, I do all of this knowing I'm starting to irritate her, right? I let the irritation sit in, and then I back off. Maybe I shouldn't be sharing my practices, but I back off.
No, I know.
And I literally will go without talking to Diamond for like 3 days. Can seem like a very long time for us, if I'm being honest, y'all.
Because we talk every day, so.
We talk every day. So I'll go a couple of days and just be quiet, and I won't bring it up again. And then Diamond will be like, I did such and such. Take for instance, this is an accountability buddy, but not like really being there. So I did that whole action set where I'm like, come on, did you do it? Did you do it? Did you do it? And it was with yoga. If you don't mind me sharing, may I share?
No,
this?
go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. So it's funny because and me and Diamond already talked through this, but I found myself like, I knew I was irritating her, but then I started getting irritated too. I'm like, come on, Diamond. Like, I shouldn't have to keep asking you this, but like, this is me in my head. And I'm like, come on, Diamond. I really just, because the thing about it is, I was going to send Dyme some monies for completing as like this is your present. I'm so proud of you. Do whatever you want to do. You've been putting in so much work. Like, when you graduate, you get monies from people. And that's what I wanted to do for Dyme. And I knew this. She didn't know this. So I'm like, come on, just finish it so I can send this money to you. I just want to send it. I just want to send money. I'm super excited. And I remember I told Dyme about it where I'm like, dang, and bringing this back. Sorry. If you're not there spiritually, I apologize. This is the way that I express myself. God spoke to me in that sense where it was like, that's how I am with you. Like, you're sitting over here getting irritated. You're upset because you're asking someone to finish something, but you do the same thing to me. I ask you to do these things. I ask you, like, come on, just put your foot out there. Try this. Do this. And then you're like, oh, I get scared. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. Okay, I'm going to finish it. But then you procrastinate on it. He's like, I really want to bless you. Like, I promise you, I'm about to do something real big in your life, and you don't even know. It's going to be so massive. It's going to be so great. But you won't even just finish. And I had to take a step back. That's when I was like, okay, get me together then. That's fine. And then I understood it, and I gave more grace, not only to myself in that moment too, but then also to Dyme. And knowing, being an accountability partner, it's not just you, reminding people, hey, check in on your friend. See what may be the blockage or what may be holding them back. Do they really want to complete this? Like, is this something that now they start and it's like, oh, I'm really not feeling like that. Maybe that may be a reason. But figure out what's going on too. And also knowing to give them grace the same way that you have been given grace in multiple areas of your life. But you definitely need somebody to hold you accountable and to make sure you're staying on top of things. But I think also not telling everybody everything. too.
Right. Because,
Or at least don't tell it to everybody.
Yeah,
like,
it
maybe
depends.
Yeah.
It definitely depends. Because then they start to, try to get in your business and be like, they try to be your accountability buddy, but you didn't ask. You didn't ask for that. Like, I appreciate it, but no. So, I mean, you appreciate it, but it's like, I don't want it from you type thing. And I'm not trying to be mean, but I don't want it from you.
And I think that also would you rather, this is another question just randomly, but would you rather tell someone, hey, this is my time that I want to just vent to you about an idea that I have. I don't want your feed forward. I don't want your accountability. I don't want you to hold me accountable. I don't want any of that. Or would you rather someone ask you that once they're told?
Knowing me, I probably would just let it go with the flow. And then, but if it starts to like really bother me, I probably like tell them, all right, all right, I'm really trying to do this, and you're just making me not want to do it. So, yeah.
I think that's definitely a bad place to be too. And
someone else messes up your whole mood on something that you want to do. Like, that's terrible. Even though they're coming from like a good space.
That's like sports or like parents.
Like, pushing you to do stuff.
Do it. Or like maybe it's a thing that they always wanted to do, and it's kind of like, okay, like, this is my life. Remember that, but not in a. I'm still
your child.
Yeah, I'm still your child. I still have deep reverence for you.
Yeah,
like Big Sean would say. Yeah, I'm not trying to overstep my boundary, but knowing you can't give me your dream or you can't force me to do everything, even if I may say it to you, like,
or even if you that I would be good at it. Like, I understand that.
Yeah.
And I understand that, but just don't push it. Don't push it. If I'd be like, okay,
do you know the DNA I have? Yours. So I know I'm good. Like,
no.
What the heck?
Right. Right.
I know I'm gonna be good.
Right.
So chill. Yeah.
Right.
I think that's the energy we should come up with our parents and just tell them, because then they'll probably be kind of thrown off their horse. Like, oh yeah, that's true. Okay.
Something else that kind of like holds me accountable, like for myself, is recording and like posting certain stuff. Like yesterday, I ended up stretching and I was like, oh, I should record it so I can post it. I don't know. I just feel like I need to show people what I'm doing type thing and showing it that, and when I'm recording, like, I do my best. So it's like, because you have to do your best so you don't have to edit that much. So it's like, I might as well record myself, and then if I want to post it, I can post it. But most of the time, I do post. That's what I love about TikTok, because I post like my everyday life. Like, I post, like, I try to show a little bit of my life and stuff like that, but I think, yeah, because I did that with yoga too, while I was doing my classes and reading my books and stuff. I was like posting, but only on my close friends though. But yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah, and it just holds me accountable. It's like, okay, I did this time, all right, let me get back to it, or let me do something better so I can show such and such, or show myself that I am getting better type thing.
That makes sense. I feel like how influencers feel. So maybe you're an influencer, Diamond. You're meant to do this.
I'm my own influencer. It's like, okay. Because I be looking at my own videos and being like, oh, well, let me do this. Like, or let me do this again, or let me redo this type thing. So, like, do a lot of videos, but so most of the videos I don't post, I look at and I'll be like, oh, this was a good video, but I don't want to post it, but I can re-record something and then post that type thing.
I think I want to get to that point again where I'm able to post. I haven't been on socials. Kind of sucks because I used to be very into it and enjoy it, and then it got to this very dark piece of me where it was just the love-hate type of thing. And I want to get back to love and free-flowing and being able to just post what I want and feel okay, feel confident, feel comfortable with who I am and what I present. So that's something I will always commend you for. Look up to in that manner where you're okay. You're fine with being exactly who you are. And it's a beautiful thing. You're an amazing person. You have plenty of talents. You are gifted. You are blessed. You're beautiful. How do you get all those in one person? I don't know. But God.
That man.
So, you know what I'm saying? I really love the fact that you're able to do that. That's something I strive to do and be like at some point in this while I'm still young and I can still flex on these socials.
Because I know you got the pictures. You got them in storage. You got them in storage. But it's just not posting. Nobody's looking at them. Nobody's seeing them. How did we get
Shout
here?
Out to us.
Bruh. All right. So it's a good reason to set expectations. We did our goals, bro. Our routines. We talked about accountability. We talked about how I can't express my feelings. We talked about Corona and we talked about freaking Taco Bell wings, how good they are, and if you're going to try them again. We talked about my yoga certification.
We talked about books. We talked about sermons. We talked about life. We talked about each other. How did we get here? Just a lot going on. With that being said, you know we could not leave you without having some type of task for you to do and to complete, because who would we be to hold ourselves accountable and each other accountable, and we can't even hold you accountable? Can we be your accountable buddy? Can we?
Yes.
So, this is the part that, and we give you the Tiddly To Do to pursue. That, my friend, is the ooh-wee moment. Before it ends, y'all gonna be tired of that noise because we're gonna keep asking y'all to do stuff. We're gonna keep trying to hold y'all accountable. We're gonna keep trying to grow with y'all. So, your Tiddly To Do to pursue, what will that be?
So we want you to create your morning and night routine for the weekday or for the weekend. It can be either one. It can be morning and night, both. It can for the weekday, for the weekend. Just try to organize your day out and see how that is. And if you do it, if you try it out, share it with us, share your experience, share videos if you want to, and just tag us on like all socials and hashtag goodreasonpod. And we're going to try to stay consistent with it. This is holding us accountable as well, because we're saying it and we're putting this out there.
Again, I'm Justice.
And I'm Dyme.
Thank you for listening to Good Reason. Make sure you follow us on all social platforms. The Good Reason Pod, Good Reason Pod. We got a whole bunch of pods, Good Reasons all over the place. Y'all can find us in the bio with every single thing that we have. And feel free to share on your social platforms, like, comment, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And hopefully we gave you a good reason to catch us next time.
Bye.
We did it.
We did it.
Thank you.
Episode 1.